The opinions expressed on the X and Y Show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y Show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY Show, and I am your host, Roosevelt. It is Friday night, and we're still on lockdown, but that's okay, because they're opening up some cities. But that is okay also, because I'm still keeping my ass in. You can take your ass outside and get a tattoo and a haircut and your nails and feet done and walking on the beach and shit with 50,000 other motherfuckers. I'm staying my ass in. So I got my streaming down. I know what shows I'm gonna hit this month, and you won't see my ass till maybe around Halloweenish, some shit like that. I don't know. But I'm damn sure not in no rush to be rushing out there. I don't need my nails. Well, I don't get my nails done. But, all these silly motherfuckers, I got to get my nails done. What the fuck? Where are you going? The fuck you need your nails done for? What you need a goddamn haircut for? Your ass is home. So, to each his own. But all these silly motherfucking governors open up these places. Oh, we got to open up. Got to get the economy back. And we're going to open up golf courses and beaches and some restaurants. But don't worry. You'll be 6 feet from everybody. Fuck out of here. You go in a restaurant. Motherfuckers ain't going to be no 6 feet apart. First of all. Okay. So, anyway. Take your ass out there, get your tattoo, your hair cut, and your hair done, your ass waxed, and all that shit. I'm staying my ass home. So, I'm cool. I got my liquor. I got all the liquor I want, all the liquor I need. I ain't going no damn where until about Halloweenish, and I might start coming out again. But until then, kiss my ass. So, y'all let these motherfuckers tell y'all to go out and be guinea pigs and shit if you want. But I'm going to have my ass at the house. Alright, so let's move on to some questions that I received. First question is from Maria. Maria says, love your show. You tell it like it is, even though it's not what we want to hear all the time. However, my question is to you, what do you have against women with small breasts? Well, Maria, I don't have anything against women with small titties. Breasts. Titties. I don't have anything against women with small titties, Maria, and you probably have small titties. That's why you asked me that shit. I don't have anything against women with small titties. I told you guys that I prefer big titties. And you don't have to be humongous, like no triple F or no shit like that. I just like a nice D cup, 36D, maybe a 44. I'll take a double D now. I just like big titties. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's my preference. Now, don't get me wrong. If I see a woman who's nice, I told you, I've said this many times on the show. If I see a woman that's nice and she's smart and got things going for her and she's digging me and she got small titties, I'm not going to disqualify her. Like, oh, no, hell no. She got small titties. I can't do nothing with her. No, I'm not like that. Not now. I used to be in my 20s. Yeah. Actually, yeah. In my 20s, yeah. You had small titties. I didn't want, you didn't have no chance. But, we're all young and stupid sometimes. And some are old and stupid. But, when I was young, yeah, if you had small titties, I didn't really want no part of you. It just wasn't attracted to me. But now, since I'm older and wiser, if I see a woman with small titties, it's not an automatic disqualification. I want to get to know her mind. I want to get to know where she's at in her life, what page she's on. I want to know what is her goals, her long-term goals, her short-term goals. What is her idea about marriage? How does she relate to her family? I want deeper shit now. I'm just not looking at her titties. So, Maria, I don't hate women with small titties. I just prefer women with big titties. So, I'm just being real. And it's funny that you asked that question because that's what I'm kind of talking about tonight. But anyway. All right, next question from Malcolm. Hello, Roosevelt. I feel the same way you do about marriage. However, I don't think I can stay with my wife any longer. We have a 14-year-old son together. Am I a deadbeat dad because I want to leave? Of course, I will take care of my responsibilities. Well, Malcolm, wow. That's, actually, no, you're not a deadbeat dad because you want to leave. And a lot of times, when you have a couple that's together, it's sometimes better to split up. If the couple is miserable, then I think everybody's going to be miserable. So it's sometimes better to leave. Now, would it be a better scenario if you and your wife was getting along and so forth? Of course. But sometimes that's just not the reality. So if you're miserable with your wife, it's better for you to leave, because you don't want that to spread amongst the other, family. You and your wife start resenting each other, and then it might get physical. Who knows? So, you want your son to see that. Now, it's unfortunate that your son is 14. I'm not going to shoot corners with you. This is a time of his life that he really needs you. He really needs you around. He's a 14-year-old. He's a young man. So this is the years, those teenage years that he really needs a strong father figure in his life, or you could lose him. So, you're not a deadbeat dad. If you have to leave, you and your wife not kicking it no more, and y'all just not seeing eye to eye, it's better for you to leave, to get out of that toxic marriage. But now you said that you would have no problem with taking care of your responsibilities. You remember to do that. You remember to let your son know that it's, first of all, not his fault that, you and your wife is splitting up. You let your son know that anytime he needs you, that you'll be there for him. Anytime, that you need him, you'll be there for him. So you want your son to know that, and you want him to feel that as well, because a lot of times, a lot of fathers say that, but they don't mean it. And a lot of times they fall short and they fail, and next thing you know, you got a son that grows up needing a father and don't have one, and he start acting out, and start doing other shit. And who knows, robbing people or doing bad in school. I mean, you heard the stories. So, you're not a deadbeat dad as long as you keep your word. You say you're going to take care of responsibilities, do that. Make sure you pay your wife the child support. Make sure you talk to your son regularly. Anything you need, son, I'm here for you. I'm supporting you. Me and your mom not together no more, but I still love you. It's not your fault that we split up. I'm right over here. You can come over anytime and stay with me anytime you want. I'm here for you. I'm just not in the house, but I'm here for you. Your son has to feel that now. You have to be extra strong with it now because you're not in the house. So that's all I have to say about that. You're not a deadbeat dad unless you don't keep your word. All right? So good luck with that, Malcolm. All right, without further ado, I'm going to get into tonight's episode. When looking for a relationship, what is important, the person or their assets? And we repeat that. When looking for a relationship, what is most important, the person or their assets? Now, when I'm talking about their assets, I'm talking about if you're a woman, the titties or the pussy. And of course, if you're a man, your physique, because a lot of women like the physique or his dick, right? So, there's a lot of things to see on the opposite sex, when you're looking for a relationship, that attracts a person initially, like me, like big titties. That's going to get my attention. Some guys are more of ass guys. They like big asses. Some guys like camel toes. Camel toes, for those of you who don't know, is when you see a woman's pussy through her pants. Her pants are so tight, she got a real fat pussy that it shows through her pants. And that actually attracts me too. I like that as well. I'm not going to even lie about that. I think that's very sexy when anyway, I'm getting off. So those are things that people look at, when they're looking at the opposite sex. Women look at the physique, and if they're on somewhere where he has no shirt on, they like the six pack and all of that. And women like dick prints too. They look at our dicks, just like we look at their camel toes. Women look at our dicks. I would even say that women look at dicks more than we look at camel toes. Because a lot of guys that don't impress. It's spread out with men. Either you like camel toes or you like big titties or big asses. It's one or the other. You don't focus on one. It's kind of spread out. I like big titties. I like camel toes too, but the big titty is going to get my attention. Some guys, the big ass is going to get their attention. Some guys, the camel toes, But with a woman, it's pretty much one or two. It's the dick print and the physique, is he built and shit like that. So that's what it is. And, you ask yourself, why are we like that in society to be so physical? Why is it so shallow even that we look at, being in a relationship with someone and a potential long-term mate? We look at their physical assets more than we do the inner person. We don't care about, what kind of mother they would be, or what kind of father they would be, what kind of provider they are. Do they have long-term goals? Do they have short-term goals? Do they have anything that will be good for a future family? How they were treating their family, how they get along with their family, et cetera, et cetera. We just looking at the titties and ass, and the dick prints, we and the pecs and shit. We just looking at the physical things of a person. And unfortunately, that's why so many people are in fucked up marriages right now. Right this minute. They're with someone who looked good, who had a big dick print, but he a fucking asshole. They look at the woman with the big titties, or the big ass, but she's a fucking asshole. being on a mission to look for just physical attributes on a person has gotten so many people in trouble. That's why we have so many divorces today. That's why so many domestic violence today. People are not happy. Bottom line, this shit ain't rocket science. People are not happy. And people are not happy because they're not getting to know the person when they initially meet. They're getting to know their ass. They're getting to know their dicks. And they're getting to know their titties. You know. So, you know, it's a false thing. Once you get what you want, you know, once you fuck, that's all you have. You don't have anything else. You don't have any connection with this person but your physical attraction to their assets. That's all you have. That's why so many marriages are fucked up. You know, you get with this, you know, like I have plenty of friends that, you know, with fine girls. I'm like, damn, how the fuck he fucked that up? No, he didn't fuck it up. He fucked it up when they initially met. She was fine, but he was an asshole. You know? And women do the same shit. Oh, honey, he's so fine. Ooh, honey, oh, I'd love to have his baby. You know. And I know he can work with that, but you seeing his dick in them pants. You know. Get with him and he give you, that's what he'll give you, plenty of dick. He'll give you all the dick you want, but he a fucking asshole. You're unhappy. You know, you're not happy with your life. Next thing you know, you got 2 or 3 kids. And you know, you got a family that you not happy in. All because he was so fine. Because he had a big dick print. You know. Why is society so shallow when it comes to physical attributes on a person? And this is something that's been going on for centuries. This is not anything new. But, I think that this is something that we have to address because, and I have addressed it with myself. You know, younger, yeah, I like big titties. If you didn't have big titties, I didn't want anything to do with you. Now I've grown. I still like my big titties, but, like I mentioned earlier when I was answering Maria's question, I want to see your inner self. I want to know what kind of person you are. I want to move past the titties, and knowing if I can actually be with this person for the rest of my life. That's how I'm thinking now. I'm thinking, I'm at the age now where I'm thinking, how can I be with this person for the rest of my life? When I was in my 20s, I was thinking, how could I fuck this person? It's a difference. That's all I cared about in my 20s and in 30s too, really. How could I fuck her? I didn't give a fuck what kind of person she was like. But now, I'm thinking, like, could I really spend the rest of my life with this person? So it's more about titties. It's more about camel toes and ass. I want to know what kind of woman she is. And it should be the same thing on the woman's side. You should be more concerned about what kind of man he is. Is he a good man? Not about his fucking pecs and his six-pack, or the color of his damn eyes, Oh, I love those. Oh, I love a man with pretty blue eyes. Oh, I love a man with cat eyes. Oh, it's so arousing. Oh, his dick print. You should want to know what kind of man he is, not his physical assets. If you like the man, you really wouldn't care what kind of assets he had. That's the truth. There's a lot of women out there married to men with little dicks. And men who are not built and have a six-pack, kind of chubby and teddy bears and stuff. But they got a good man. Fuck all that bullshit. A lot of people ask, how is she with him? She's so attractive. And her husband's like, he's okay, but he's a little chubby, and she got a good man. That's why. She said, "Fuck all that bullshit. I can get me a man with 6-pack, but this guy, that's who I want to be with." And you got women the same way, on the same side of men. He's so attractive. How is he with that woman? She's not attractive, and she doesn't have long, pretty hair, and blah, 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 and she does. Yeah. But that's a good woman. Because that man looked past the titties and the ass and the camel toes, all that bullshit. He looked for the good woman inside. That's how a lot of this happens. That's how that happens. And, in our society, having these assets are very important. This is something that is actually not getting better. It's been going on for centuries. But I think, as we get more technologically advanced, it's going to get worse. And when I say technologically advanced, I'm talking about operations to enhance your assets. Like the breast augmentations, the dick augmentations, the pussy augment, all the kind of shit that you can make your assets look better. That shit is on the uprise. I'm gonna tell you some little things. I'm not gonna dwell on this too much. The average cost of a dick augmentation is $15,000. That shit ain't cheap. And I was actually kind of surprised. Shit, it cost that damn much. They say between $11,000 and $15,000. It's still that's a lot of money. The average cost of a breast augmentation, depending on what city you're in, if you go to Booty, North Dakota, it'll probably be cheaper than Miami, Florida. But it depends on where you are. But the average cost is about $3,000. Now, the risk of when you get a dick augmentation is scarring occasionally, remains visible under the pubic hair. Infections have been known to occur. The pain in the first couple of weeks can be considerable, especially if the patient becomes erect. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want nobody fucking with my dick. You only got one dick, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a small dick. I have a nice sized dick. It's not 12 inches or nothing like that. No, but it's a whopper. It's a thumper. I'll touch your tonsils with it. Put it like this: I'm happy. I'm not doing nothing to augment it. I'm all right. I ain't letting nobody fuck with my dick. I don't know how them stupid motherfuckers lay down and let somebody cut your shit up. And anyway, those are the risks. Now, the pussy, they call that a pussy rejuvenation. The definition of that, vaginal relaxation happens to many women, resulting in a loss of sensation, friction, and pleasure. All that means, in layman terms, that pussy been fucked so many times and now it's all beat up and shit. So a lot of women don't like when they pussy look like a minced up sausage, and they want to make it pretty. Which I don't know why they concerned about it, because nobody seeing it but their husbands, or their boyfriends. Who gives a fuck what the pussy look like? But that's where we are in society. And then, you have these plastic surgeons popping up everywhere who's willing and able and willing to oblige people. Now, the risk with the hymen repair, pussy and all the pussy rejuvenation, include infection, fever, and pain during sex. In addition, intercourse will re-tear the membrane, causing pain and bleeding as if you were like a virgin. What the fuck? Why in the fuck would women want to even take a chance with that? Why? Now, as far as titties, and this comes from Pedia10.com, the top 10 countries with the most breast implants. So this, it's not just, a lot of people think it's just the United States. This not. It's not just the United States getting all these things done to their assets to become more attractive to the opposite sex, to become more likable in society, getting their pussies worked on, getting their dicks big, and their titties big, and their ass injected, and all kind of shit. It's not just the U.S. It's all over the world. Here it is. Top 10 countries. Greece, number 1. Let me go backwards. Number 10 is the U.S. I was actually surprised. I know U.S. wasn't number 1, but I was surprised they number 10. Okay. Number 9 was Brazil. I was also surprised at Brazil, because Brazil got a lot of fake titties. And I was actually surprised about that. So number 10, U.S., 9, Brazil, 8, Mexico, 7, Germany, 6, Spain, 5, there's a tie between Colombia and Venezuela, 4, Russia, 3, Canada, 2, UK, and 1, Greece. That's with breast augmentations. So this is big business. People are trying to get their assets together so they can get a boyfriend. They can get a girlfriend, and eventually a husband and wife. Or just be accepted in society, period. Everybody want a big dick. Everybody want to be like me. No, I'm just kidding. But let me stop. I know they have to. He probably ain't even got nothing. Oh, I do. I don't think that bullshit. But like I said, it'll tickle your tonsils now. But everybody want to be this certain look for society. They want to have these assets to look good amongst the world. People have such a low self-esteem. You have women out there who with small titties who always feel insecure just because they got small titties. Why? Doesn't make them a bad woman. You always got men out there with small dicks. Doesn't make them a bad man because you got a small dick. And actually, some women prefer men with very small dicks. They say, it makes their clit feels a lot better when the dick is small because it's more arousing that way. It's all kind of shit. So you got to find women that dig you. Don't change yourself. People have such low self-esteem. Now, I'm going to tell you one more, and then I'm going to be done with this. The source was 11points.com. And the title was by Sam Greenspan, who's the author, and 11 countries least secure with their genitalia. Now, these countries are ranked for penile enlargement and vaginal rejuvenation. So he did like a double thing here. With people getting their dick bigger and people getting their pussy worked on, okay? Number 11 was Taiwan. That surprised the shit out of me right there. Number 10 is Germany. Now keep in mind, this is the list of countries who ranked upon penile enlargement and vaginal rejuvenation. Both, okay? So 11 was Taiwan, 10 Germany, 9 Brazil. Brazil's still up there. 8 Venezuela, 7 Colombia, 6 Spain, 5 Netherlands, 4 South Korea, 3 France, 2 Italy, and 1 Greece. United States didn't even rank in that, what he did. So, and I said that to say this, it's not just the United States. This is a world thing. People are getting their assets done all over the world. From the United States, Germany, Mexico, fucking Taiwan. Go figure. Taiwan. Getting their dicks big and the pussies worked on. This is a world thing. People are feeling so insecure about their assets that they're always trying to find ways to improve them, instead of being happy for what they have. If you're a good woman and you got small titties, you should be happy that you are a good woman. If you're a man with a small dick and you're a good man, you should be happy that you're a good man. If you're a woman with your camel toes not showing in the front, you should be happy that you're a good woman. If you're a man that you don't have a six-pack, you should be happy. You're a good man. You don't have to have a six-pack to be a good man. I think us as a society have to stop looking at the assets of the person when we're looking for a potential mate or even a girlfriend or boyfriend. We have to stop looking at the assets and looking more at the person. Get past looking at the titties, the ass, the camel toes. Get past looking at the dick print and the six packs and pecs and shit. All that don't mean nothing when it comes to assessing a real person. Is this a good man? Is this a good woman? Their assets have nothing to do with that. Assets are a bonus. That's what you like. Like, I like big titties. But if I find a woman with big titties and she's a good woman, that's a bonus. Oh, I want a big titties and she's a good woman. But it's not like it's a thing that, well, she got small titties, but she's a good woman. But, I just can't I need my titties. That don't even sound right. That shit don't even sound right. Same thing on the side. Even women, they wonder, I gotta have a big dick. I gotta have mine. And half of them, you put 5 inches and they be, half of them, they can't even handle 5 inches when you put in their ass. And then they want 9 and 10, 11 inches. They can't even handle 5. Well, when I slide 5 in them, I want to see what they're working with. So I don't slide all of it in, I don't put all of it in their ass in the initial strokes. I want to see what they're working with, what kind of depth I'm dealing with. So I only give them, about I only give them about 5 inches before I give them the whole shalom. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I give them them 5 inches, they can't even handle that. Let alone the other 3.5. Let me stop. But, it's we as a society have to stop being so shallow. That's why so many fucked up marriages are going on. That's why so many people are walking around in fucked up relationships who are not happy. They went for the looks. They went for the assets of the person. They went for the titties. They went for the dick print. They went for the camel toe. They went for the physical assets instead of the person. And if you feel that you are insignificant, you don't feel secure about your shortcomings, you don't have the big titties, or you don't have the big dick, or you don't have the six-pack, and whatever it is. If you feel that way about yourself, just because of your assets are not what society wants them to be, then you have caved to society pressure. You have allowed society to manipulate your mind to feel bad about yourself. And that's a bad thing. Because y'all know what I think about society. Fuck society. Don't allow society to manipulate your mind in the way you feel about yourself. You have small titties, be proud of your small titties. You're a good woman. If you have a little dick, be proud of your little dick. You're a good man. You don't have a six-pack as a man. You don't have the pecs. You know, you're a little teddy bear. Be proud of that. You're a good man. Women, if you don't have a fat camel toe in the front, you don't have a big old ass, you have a small ass, you don't have a camel toe, you be proud of that. You're still a good woman. Be proud of what you have. Don't allow other people to make you feel bad about yourself. And another thing, if you with someone who always trying to push you to get that breast augmentation, always trying to get you to get that vaginal rejuvenation, or dick augmentation, you know, or calf implants, you know, all kind of shit. If you're with a person who's always pushing you to, quote, improve yourself, then maybe you don't need to be with that person. They're not the right person for you. Even if you're married, shit. You know, your husband always asks you, why don't you get an augmentation? Why don't you get some titties? Instead of being happy with what he has, a good woman. You know, I always like a good woman. I would never ask my wife to do that. You know, I love you just the way you are. Just like Billy Joel say, love them the way they are. Stop catering to the pressures of society because they don't have the assets that society wants. Be thankful for what you are, people. Titties and ass and big dicks and camel toes don't make you as a person. You know, it's just an asset. It does not complete the person. So remember that the next time you're looking for a relationship, and a potential mate, look past their camel toes. Look past their big titties. Look past their dick print. And look past their pecs and six packs and shit. All that don't mean nothing. You need to be looking, is they a good man? Is she a good woman? That's what's important. Anyway, that concludes another episode of the X&Y Show. Be sure to listen to the X&Y Show on any venue that you find appealing. I'm on pretty much all of the networks. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Castbox, Blueberry, Apple Podcasts, whatever, TuneIn, Stitcher. And my main hub is Spreaker, of course. You can listen to all of them, whichever one makes you more comfortable. Be sure to subscribe for me, please. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. That's my social media that you can say hello. Follow me on there as well, and for upcoming shows. You can find all of that, my platforms and my social media on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. www.thexyshow.com. You can find everything there. You can also hit me up on a contact form, ask me any questions, any constructive criticisms, anything you'd like to talk about, make comments or whatever. You can do that as well on the contact form. And yes, I'm still working on the store. I was done. But then this store that I was working with don't have the capabilities that I needed. So I had to cancel all that shit. And I had worked on that shit for like 2 weeks. And then she going to tell me that, we can't do that. I'm like, what the fuck can you do? They can't do shit. So anyway, now I got to find somebody else. So I am working on the store. So be patient. I will have that available as well. So you can get a shirt, take a picture for me. and show everyone that you're a true X and Wyer. And that'd be nice. So, that concludes another week. And I want you always to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.